So I'm about 19 weeks pregnant, and this is my kicking off spring outfit. It's by Everly Gray. So my belly's kind of, getting there, and of course for spring you have to have a comfortable outfit, right? So this is by, like I said, Everly Gray, and it is so comfortable. This shirt, oh my gosh, is so soft and so nice. And what I like about this is that you can kind of dress it up or you can dress it down. And then the capris, I absolutely love. Everly Gray makes clothes from casual to dressy, and these capris are one of those pants that you can kind of dress them up or dress them down too. And get this, look at this. Actually, gives me a cute butt. I mean, what maternity clothes give you a cute butt? And the other thing I hate about maternity pants is they'll have like a button in the front. I mean, you're already pregnant, you already have your belly sticking out, and then you put a button there, it doesn't look very good. So these have the, flat panel, and then they have this great gathering in the back, which just lets you just keep getting bigger and bigger, and they never slip down. I can wear these things all day long. They never slip down. So love the capris, but this shirt is just absolutely yummy and comfortable, and I adore it. So kicking off spring, not too warm, not too cold, and that's my outfit for this week. So what's one of the first things you think about when you get pregnant? Well, one of the first things I thought about, because I do modeling, is my skin. Like, what's going to happen to my skin? I start thinking about stretch marks. You start thinking about the pregnancy mask and what's it going to do to you? Are you ever going to go back to normal again? So skincare was just a really big issue for me. So 3 things that you kind of face in pregnancy that are kind of the big ones is the worry of stretch marks, the pregnancy mask where you start getting dark spots on your face, and then dry, itchy skin, which, drives me nuts. And I would get, dry, itchy legs, and then I'd get the itchy belly from pregnancy, and I'm, going through that right now. I have the dry, itchy legs right now. So my first pregnancy, I went out and I bought all these specialty items, like specialty oils and these herbally smelling things, and, slathering myself up with oils and things like that. And then my husband would go to give me a hug, and he'd kind of be like, oh, you smell kind of funny, And then those oils, they kind of rub off on everything. And then you can't wear your perfume because it doesn't quite smell so good. So I found some really great solutions that worked for me. And they're just really simple. My favorite thing for dry, itchy legs and preventing the stretch marks, and women, you're probably going to get some sort of stretch marks. It's just, if you take care, you can minimize the stretch marks to where they're pretty much not noticeable, and you almost feel like you don't have any stretch marks, or you could let it go and it might be, get out of hand. So whipped shea butter was what seemed to really work. It kept my skin really moisturized, and it handled both things. It handled the dry, itchy skin, and then it seemed to make my skin very elasticy for the stretching. And with the stretch marks, you have to keep in mind that people kind of think stretch marks are, primarily on your belly. Stretch marks are not primarily on your belly. I mean, you can get them on your breasts. You get them up higher. You get them on your hip bones. You can get them all the way down on your thighs. And I have friends that went through pregnancy, and they got the stretch marks on the backs of their arms. So when you're trying to prevent these stretch marks by applying lotions, you kind of got to think of running the gamut from like here to your knees, okay? And pretty much you just do your whole body because the dry, itchy legs. But whipped shea butter really, really worked. It wasn't overly oily, it went on really smoothly, and you can get non-scented and scented ones. And then the one that's at the top of my list and is my favorite is coconut oil. Coconut oil has all sorts of stuff and anti-aging properties in it that really, really works the best for me. But what kept me from wanting to use coconut oil in the first place was that when you buy coconut oil, it comes in a jar and it's in a solid state. And the instructions on the jar say to take a little bit and put it in a cup of warm water to melt it before you put it on your skin. Well, that sounds like a pain in the butt and nobody wants to do it, and I don't want to do it. And I just thought, it just sounds like a big mess and I don't want to go through that just to put some lotion on. But you don't have to do that. All I do is I take the jar, I take a little spoon, or I take the back of my nail, I scrape out a little bit, put it in your hand, rub around, it melts like that. You don't have to do any heated water or anything like that. You just take a tiny bit out, the amount that you're going to use at the time, just like when you pump a handful out. Spread in your hands, melts like that, and worked with everything. If you have eczema or the dry itchy legs or the dry itchy belly, I mean, completely got rid of it. And it has all these great anti-aging properties in it that are supposed to help with age spots and things like that. So I would put that at the top of my list. The other thing that is so frustrating with pregnancy, and not everybody gets it, but I do get it, fortunately not too bad, but I definitely get it, is the pregnancy mask. You get some dark spots. I would get it on my cheeks and here, I get it on my forehead, and I'm starting to get it right now. And one of the things that really makes your pregnancy mask come out a lot is the sunshine. You might get it no matter what, but can stay pretty faded. But if you're going to be tanning a lot or being in the sun, and I live in California, okay, sunshine everywhere. So if you want to avoid the pregnancy mask, you should probably think about getting a foundation that has an SPF in it of 15 or 30. And think about getting things like stylish little hats and stuff like that, because, you know, putting on the sunscreen and you might forget to reapply, you will definitely start to get that pregnancy mask coming out even further. So my recommendation, before you start investing in all these oils, these fancy herbal things they're going to rub on your clothes, get on your sheets and all that stuff, think about whipped shea butter or the coconut oil. And the coconut oil, I mean, it doesn't smell like anything. You put it on, it doesn't smell like coconuts, it doesn't smell like anything. And then invest in an SPF foundation for your face, or just plain a very nice, you know, just general sunscreen if you don't want to put foundation on. But always put some sort of skin protection on your face to avoid that pregnancy mask. Because once you have it, you're not getting rid of it until after your pregnancy. So avoid the pregnancy mask. Avoid these stretch marks with just really good oils. And like I said, the coconut oil you can buy for anywhere from $5 to $10 in your store. And you don't have to go overboard with all these exotic things. Stick to your basics and you'll be absolutely fine. And in my next segment, I'm going to be going over skincare from the inside. Things that you can eat to make your skin healthier and nicer. So kind of a two-part segment on skincare for pregnancy, but you can beat all those negatives in pregnancy with proper skincare.